This is Erin Gantz at Art All Night in Shaw, Saturday, September 13th. Do I have permission to record this interview?
Yes.
And then could you show me your name?
Douglas.
Okay. Do you live in the area?
I actually live in Silver Spring, Maryland. I was born and raised in Washington, D.C., Northwest Washington.
Could you tell me about where you were born and about the area?
Well, I was born in Cumberland, Maryland.
Okay.
I moved here when I was 1 year old. Attended private school, Catholic school, up until we moved to Maryland. I moved to Maryland when I was like 14. Moved to Chevy Chase, Maryland. My dad was a preacher. My mom stayed at home until we graduated high school, and then she went back to work. She works for DC government to this day.
Where did you go to school at?
I went to Bethesda Chevy Chase Senior High School, and I went to Delaware State University.
Could you tell me about where you grew up, about the neighborhood?
Oh, very diverse. Grew up in Chevy Chase, Maryland, for my teenage years. Moving from DC, predominantly black neighborhood, to predominantly white neighborhood was I guess not a shock, but a difference, from going to school with all black kids to a mix, plethora of everything at my high school. We had 3,000 students. One of my best friends was Iranian, another best friend, Guatemalan. To this day, we're all still tight.
Do you have any favorite memories from your time in?
A lot of good memories, but nothing really pops out. I played a lot of sports, a lot of highs off of that, but 3 sports, that type of stuff. But
do you notice anything different about the neighborhood now, or does it change?
Honestly, I don't live in the same neighborhood, so I haven't really been there. I live in Silver Spring now, so this is a lot of crime, a lot of things that, I'm 53, so a lot of things that weren't going on when I was younger. I don't really, participate in what's going on nowadays. I go to work, go home, control your environment, especially nowadays. It's pretty key.
Could you tell me about Silver Springs, like that type of neighborhood?
Really, I've lived all over DC and Maryland. It's, I guess, decent, diverse.
Yeah.
Still this area, a lot of crime.
Yeah. Angie was telling me, you said that your father worked in education.
Yeah, well, my father was a preacher. But he also worked for the Maryland State Board of Education. But prior to him working there, he, when desegregation of the schools happened in Virginia, unfortunately they were way behind, and the National Guard in Farmville was actually deployed to keep the black kids from going to school. So my father, in conjunction with the A.M.E church, took 40 plus kids to high school in North Carolina at Kittrell College.
Was he very busy with work then?
Well, my dad was in the civil rights movement, so that was his calling. He's in multiple publications, pictures of him, holding his protest signs, sit-ins, him getting arrested. It's a lot of it's in Life magazine.
What was his name?
His name was Reverend Goodwin Douglas.
Oh. Did you ever participate, or did he ever bring you to any of the? I went
to church, all the time.
Right.
It wasn't nothing for us to come home and see Jesse Jackson sitting at our dinner table. So, as far as the civil rights movement, we were very well versed on Black history as kids. So, it was Black History Month every day in our house. It wasn't just in February. We constantly were in tune with Black engineers, Black farmers. The average kid back then didn't even know who George Washington Carver was. So, and everybody eats peanut butter, so they should know who he is.
Yeah, you're right. What brings you to Shaw today? I know you said you work?
Well, we actually helped set up the event. Unfortunately, I probably wouldn't have come down if I wasn't working, but I'm glad I actually was working. It's a great event. You know.
Do you like the area?
I mean, that's a loaded question for me. Like I said, like there's so much going on. Like it's not the old Shaw. It's not the old, So I like the diversity. I like what's going on today. Everything, it's cool.
Yeah. Can you tell me what you mean by the old Shaw? I don't know.
I mean, like I said, like the Howard Theater just reopened like not too long ago, but that was a staple in the black community. Like that's where they went to go see shows. Like one of the only black theaters in DC. But I don't know. Like this area, like I said, with the hospital, new buildings. It's getting real congested.
So I know you said you live in Silver Springs now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you hope to see change in the communities, or how do you envision that community in 5 years?
Actually, where I live at is pretty
Nice.
nice because the county executive lives in my neighborhood. So, like my direct neighborhood, like I said, diverse as well out there. There's a big Ethiopian community in Silver Spring, and I live, like I said, almost in the heart of Silver Spring. So, I mean, it's very diverse. Like I went to school not too far from where I live at, so it's not Chevy Chase, but it's nice.
Is there anything else you'd like to say that I didn't address? Or?
I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you, and I appreciate what the Humanities Truck is trying to accomplish with the professor, his story. I'm gonna read the book. Miss Angie told me all about the book, so I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna support him on that and support you guys in the future.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.